welcome to Conquering Mount Scrapmore with Brenda. I'm Brenda and we're here with another episode of Free Pattern Friday. Yay, it's Free Pattern Friday. Today we're going to show you another variation on this zipper block. I just think these blocks are so much fun. You can make these as big as you want or as long as you want. And they would come together in rows, right? Like you would have columns and then you just sew them together, and it's just, you can make yourself such a lovely quilt with just using these things. Now, if you're going to, you know, like these are like 2.5 by 4.5, they're so much fun to sew together, and it doesn't take long to make this block. But let's get to our shout outs first, because if I don't do the shout out, I'm going to forget. So Tetiana at Olta's Quilts. Her YouTube channel is in our show notes below, and she's got just such a lovely voice in quilting. You guys have got to go check her out. And when you do, tell her that Brenda from Conquering Mount Scrapmore sent you. She doesn't know it's coming. It's a surprise. It's always a surprise. I know. But share, like, and subscribe her channel. And also, it's just, you know, a lot of fun for her to get all of a sudden this. All these people are coming that she doesn't know. So that's kind of cute, especially if you like what you see there. You know, give her some encouraging words, right? Also, when we're filming this, it's before Christmas. Now, the Chaos So Long is probably not going to be in January. It's going to be in February, just because we're dropping all these other extra videos in. So it's going to start in February. And when we start filming it, we start dropping those videos, then I can give you a date. But right now, it's probably more early February, mid-February, somewhere in there. And those pieces are going to be bigger, so the subunits are finishing at 4.5 inches or 4.5 by 8.5 inches. So it's a good size quilt, and you only need to make 16 blocks. So it's really fast. So get your scraps ready for this. It's, you know, we're going to have some fun with it. Also, we have a Facebook group, and it's warm and welcoming, and wow, is it ever busy in there. We have so many fun community chats that people are joining, and they're just having a great time in there, chatting away. We also have a virtual sewing room under Discord. So if you want to join that, you have to ask one of the admins to send you an invitation, and they'll be happy to send you one. It's just such a great, fun place to be. And the ladies that are sewing in there, or the members that are sewing in there, are just having a great time, and they're becoming friends. So this is a fun place to hang out. You never know who you're going to hang out with. And it could be somebody in Europe or Indonesia or South America. You don't know, right? So it's all good. It's all fun. We also have Zoom sew dates that are well attended. And we have a lot of fun in there. And those Zoom sew dates are from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And I try and pick something easier for sewing that day, so I can get through and talk with everybody and, you know, have a chance to find out what you're working on, what's inspiring you. Bring what's inspiring you. Don't bring my stuff that I've shown on the video. Bring stuff that you want to work on and stuff that's inspiring you. So it's always so much fun. Also, if you could share, like, and subscribe our YouTube channel, right? This is really important for us to keep giving you free patterns and some fun ideas. I mean, this is what we're here for, right? To give you guys some fun things to do. So if you could, that would be perfect. Commenting also helps our analytics, right? So if all you've got time for is put a heart down, thank you so much. That helps us so much. Also, I speak for free to quilting groups and quilting guilds. I talk about elements of design, working with scrap fabrics, and making charity quilts. So if your guild is looking for somebody that talks about any of those three topics, please, please let them put my name forward. I'll be happy to accommodate them with their speaking engagements. And I am always so inspired by, I try and get in there early to tell the members to come on, sign on early so we can all chat first. Because I get to meet some of the members, and those women that I'm meeting are just amazing. I am so inspired by them. It is just wonderful. Also, people have asked, you know, please tell us about the quilt behind you. This quilt comes from the Dresden Sew Along case study, and it was, we have it, somehow it got left here, and it was supposed to go for to the guild for a donation, but oh well, it's here now. So this one was a lot of fun, and it's also a free pattern. So if you're looking for a fun free pattern to do that comes together very quickly and very easily, this is the one. You go to the Dresden case study playlist, and it's in there. And it's called, I believe it's called Elongated Tumblers or Tumblers. So anyways, I think that's it. Come on in, let's get to the sewing. Okay, so here we are at the sewing machine. You have to kind of sew them in rows, right? I mean, that's the only way you can kind of attack this, but I mean, it is just a cute little way of doing things. So I'm just lining up some fabric, and I'm gonna go as far as I can with this. Let's see, here we go. We got some bright ones, we got some dull ones, we got some fun ones. You know, it is what it is kind of thing. And yeah, we had fun going through this all to see where we were at. I haven't looked at my 4.5 or 2.5 by 4.5 for a long time. And I haven't looked at my 2-inch neutrals in a while either. So it was fun kind of pulling this stuff out. And it was like, all right, it's good time to dig some of this stuff out and get it sewn up. Like I say, you could make this block as long as you wanted, right? Because basically you've only got two subunits to worry about. Okay, now with this goes back up here, and this goes next, and that goes to the outside. Next, and the purple goes in the middle. Purple check goes in the middle. And orange polka dot goes to the blue, or the red polka dot. And that one is going to come off here in a sec. We'll just keep sewing until we cannot sew anymore. All right. Just going to cut this one and put that down. There we go. Yeah, like these are, because once you do the first two, if that's all you want to do is make it a block, these first two, that you could make an entire quilt out of just those first 2 rows. You know, just by alternating them and having some fun with them. That would be kind of a good way to burn out a bunch of stuff in your stash too. It's a good way to make a charity quilt. It's quick, it's fun, it's not too taxing, it's not, you know, you don't have to sit there with a calculator going, what have I done? Alright, and get this bright, happy one out. Okay, now, some of these you've already got. You got the row done. There. Now this is what I'm talking about. These 2 rows right here, if you considered that a block, you could make this as long as you wanted to, right? And, you know, like say this block, you know, goes this way, and then the next one beside it, the 2 are here and the 1 is in the middle. And you would have a very nice quilt by the time you're done. But let's get the rest of the sewn. Yeah, it's kind of a fun little way of rethinking the way somebody could quilt this or put this together, is just by making it one little block. Okay, okay. Here we go, and get this off. There we go. And go. And there we go. Now, as you're sewing these together, right, like I'm going to be pushing to the dark, right? So I'm going to be pushing the color bits in on itself. There we go, just like that. And well, I press to the dark. In this case, the green is darker than the yellow. And I'm just going to line this up just a bit. Now I'm going to push this forward, right? And the under part, the underseam, forward as well. There we go. And we'll do the same with this. And I'm going to get this off here too right away. Okay. Yeah, this is just, you can reimagine this very quickly. Here, I'm just going to grab this and line that up so everything stays nice and in place. And in the bottom here, the blue is much darker than that polka dot red. So the seam goes that way. Now the seam goes this way in. And the seam goes, this seam here goes pointed in. Right? Okay. And again, so you don't have very far to go when you've got a big, nice 12.5-inch block, right? You could do this just by doing blocks too, right? Okay, line this up. Make sure that all works. Okay. Okay. There we go. Yeah. Okay, now. Okay. So, I'm just going to press up like this. Okay. That's the center. There. Just like that. I'm going to get those two together. Just like that. Very quick, right? Okay. And we're still going to be like pressed to the dark. Pull this one down. And line that up nice. There we go. And now, grab a leader ender because I have hundreds of these yellow and low volume half square triangles to sew. I'm going to be doing them forever. Okay, so there, I get that. So I'm just going to press this up, just like so. Just to keep the pressing easy. You know. Okay, just like that. And like this. There. There we go. Just like that. Right? And we're going to get that all sewn together. And I'm going to line these up. So if there's anything like where one is bigger than the other, hopefully the bigger one is on the bottom. And then the feed dogs will do the work for you and actually ease in whatever they have to. Okay. And now, get that leader ender off. And grab another leader ender. There we go. And now I'm just going to give a quick little finger press. Which way? Yeah, no, this way. This way. I'm going to do a quick little finger press this way. Now, and I'm going to flip it over and show you how all the seams are going to go. Now, all the seams, right, press to the dark so everything goes in, right, on the color. And then these, you know, it depends on which one's darker. And basically everything now is going to be pressed where it's like this. Right, so if you were sewing them in rows, you'd want one row pressed like this and the next row pressed the other direction, right? So that they'd all nest nice and neat along the side, because that's the side you're going to have to match if you're going to do long columns of zippers. If you're going to do one this way and then one that way, you don't have to worry about anything matching. Okay, so let's give me some time to give this a really nice press and some time under my clapper, and I'll get to our ta-da moment. Okay, so here's our cute little zipper block. You could do these in columns and just have a great, make this as 5 columns would make, 60, and then, have them quite, long, and you'd have like something like 72 or 84, whatever size length you wanted it to be. This could be just such a fun little scrap buster. The other thing you do with this block is one block goes this way and the block beside it turns. Right, that would also create a really cool little effect as well. This one, like I say, I picked, more lower volumes or lighter shades to go with all of this, because I picked a lot of mediums out of my 2.5 by 4.5 inch bin. So I don't know, I thought this was fun. This one was fun. So I do hope you give this one a try, and it's a good scrap buster, and it's beginner friendly. Beginner friendly is very important. So you guys take care and stay well until we meet each other again. Okay, bye! Hello again. We just want to thank you for enjoying our video and, coming along with my husband and my YouTube adventure in quilting. And, sometimes things don't work out as best they should, and sometimes they work out great. We're going, wow, that went well. But it's been an amazing journey, and I'm so glad I could share it with you. Share, like, and subscribe these videos. That really helps us out, and it helps us make more charity quilts, okay? So you guys take care until we have a chance to meet again, okay? Bye!